I am gonna show you right now how to support your liver to detoxify toxins and lose weight. Your liver is responsible for getting rid of toxins in your body from the environment, from the air that you breathe, from the water that you drink, from the food that you eat. Toxins are stored in your liver, and when your liver gets too full, it starts storing them in your fat cells, which can lead to excess fat. So if you want to lose weight, it is very important to support the liver so that it can detoxify these toxins and then send them out of the body through the bile ducts. One of the things you need to understand is that the liver produces this green-colored liquid called bile. And so bile is very similar to urine, but instead of being produced by your kidneys, it's produced by your liver. And bile is the vehicle that carries all the toxins out of your body. Now, oftentimes people have backed up bile ducts because they ray inflamed or they ray just clogged with too many toxins. And what happens when you have backed up bile ducts? You get a backup of toxins into your liver and they start getting stored in your fat cells. Now, there are several herbs that can help clean out the bile ducts so that bile can flow freely and carry all these toxins out of your liver and out of your body. The first one is called TUDCA. TUDCA is a synthetic version of bear bile. Bears, when they hibernate, they fast for months at a time. And what happens is their bile ducts get clogged because their bodies produce too much bile and they die. But they don't die from starvation. They die from toxicity because they can't excrete the bile. So humans, because we're not bears, we have to take a synthetic version of bear bile called TUDCA. It comes in different forms. You can get capsules, you can get liquid, but it works really well to thin the bile so that it flows better through the bile ducts. And when it flows better, it takes the toxins with it. And speaking about thinning the bile, there's another remedy called bile salts. Bile salts will emulsify the fats and proteins in your liver so that it can extract the toxins that are stuck in there and pull them out. So bile salts and TUDCA work really well together. If you decide to take these, make sure you do it for at least 90 days. That way you can clean out all the sludge in the bile ducts. Then take a couple months off and then do it again. Another really good herb for the liver is called milk thistle. Milk thistle supports the cells in your liver called the hepatocytes. It strengthens those cells so they can do a better job of extracting toxins out of your blood. There's another part of the liver called the gallbladder. The gallbladder stores bile that the liver makes, kind of like a little reservoir. And the gallbladder releases the bile when you eat, especially when you eat fats. Well, there's another remedy called betaine hydrochloride, betaine. Hydrochloride helps to strengthen the gallbladder so that it can squeeze and release the bile properly. So anytime you eat, especially protein or fats, you need bile to be released to help you digest those. So betaine hydrochloride will help strengthen the gallbladder. It also helps with stomach acid. If you want to speed up your weight loss, you need to make sure that you have enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach. And one thing that will improve your weight loss is taking apple cider vinegar in your water. A lot of times when people are overweight, they have a buildup of visceral fat around their organs. And the liver is one of those organs where if there is too much visceral fat around the liver, it can stop producing bile. So we need something to help shrink the fat cells. That way the liver can start making bile again. And the remedy for that is called choline. Choline is a nutrient that the body uses to make bile salts. Choline will help mobilize the fat, shrink the fat cells, and allow the liver to start producing more bile. So those 5 remedies will definitely help clean out your liver and allow it to start producing bile again. Another really good remedy is called methionine. Methionine is an amino acid which is the building block of protein. Your liver needs methionine to convert fat into bile. So it's very important to take methionine. It'll help clean out your liver. One thing you can do is get it in a supplement, or you can eat more egg yolks. Egg yolks are loaded with methionine. Let me give you a quick review of the main points. We have TUDCA, bile salts, milk thistle, betaine hydrochloride, apple cider vinegar, and choline and methionine. So those 6 remedies are going to help clean out your liver and allow you to lose weight. But there are 2 other things you need to do. First, I would recommend you get on the ketogenic diet, the healthy version. This will allow your liver to tap into the fat that you eat and convert it into ketones. And if you're doing this, you should see a big improvement in your weight loss. Just give it at least 3 months to see results. The other thing I would highly recommend is intermittent fasting. When you eat, whether it's keto or not, you're still putting stress on your liver. So what you need to do is give your liver a break. Give it more time to detoxify the toxins. One way you can do this is with a modified intermittent fasting plan. Instead of going from meal to meal to meal, I would just recommend you eat 1 meal a day, but make it a very large meal and eat every other day. This way you're giving your liver a chance to rest, to detoxify, to produce bile, and to burn fat. So when you combine the ketogenic diet with 1 meal a day, eating every other day, you're going to see some dramatic results. Now, when you're doing this, it's important to know that you're going to feel tired. So don't try to push yourself too hard. You might feel tired, you might feel irritable. Some people even feel a little depressed. But this is normal because you're depriving your body of food, but you're giving it a chance to detoxify. And so the toxins that are stored in your fat cells can be used as energy. So instead of feeling bad when you're on a fast, think of all the toxins that are being pulled out of your fat cells and burned up by your liver. There's another point I want to bring up about TUDCA that's pretty interesting. In traditional Chinese medicine, they use something called to help the flow of qi, which is similar to our energy. And so TUDCA can help your energy. If you're feeling fatigued, tired, sluggish, maybe even depressed, TUDCA can help you. Here's another really important point about the liver. Sometimes the liver can get angry. It can become inflamed because of too much insulin in the body. Insulin is made by the pancreas. And when you eat refined carbohydrates, starches, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, you're going to get a spike in insulin. Well, high levels of insulin causes inflammation in the liver. Inflammation in the liver prevents the liver from producing bile. And so that could be another reason why you're having problems with your liver. And so it's very important to get your insulin levels down. You can do that by going on a low-carb diet. But there's another thing you can do to help reduce insulin. Now, since we're talking about the liver, if you haven't seen this video on the liver, go ahead and check it out. I put it up right here.